The conventions of my chosen genre, period drama, show that the narrative is usually based around a romance between a male and female character, set back in history, often based off of older English novels and historical events which represent women needing to find a husband and the responsibilities that come with this. From my research, I can understand that decisions on setting and costume is based around the time period and the narrative is set, as well as the characters and their status within society at the time. From our research, we decided to set our narrative in 1920s England around a wealthy lady named Lillian and her engagement to a lord and the consequent complications that followed. We chose this particular time period as we had researched period drama films such as The Atonement and The King's Speech, as well as television series such as Downton Abbey, and from these we decided that the earlier period of 1920s and the social climate at this time would allow us to create a romantic narrative around the richer society, as these media products are based around the wealthier rather than the working class. We were able to travel short distances to hotels that suited this time period. We were able to film both indoors and outdoors, using the conventions of the genre to choose the correct places to film, and allowing us to have a range of shots that would link the narrative to our trailer. Our research of the period drama trailers allowed us to see that costuming and setting is very accurate to the time period, which influenced our choice of costume, as we picked the dresses and suits based off of the fashion seen in Downton Abbey, as well as the types of buildings used. The types of shots that we used developed the conventions of the period, as we researched trailers of all genres, as well as many within our genre. And this showed us the types of shots used and how these affect the overall storyline of the trailer. From what we learned, we could see the types of shots we needed to portray the emotions of our characters, as well as the relationships between the protagonist and the involvement of the antagonist, such as close-ups and long shots. We included close-ups such as our protagonist's shoulder being grabbed by the antagonist, as this represents the control that Lawrence has over her as his fiancée, which is effective because it highlights the relationship between these characters, as well as mid-shots and long shots, such as Lillian and Lawrence having a conversation, as this shows how they act when they are together, as well as hinting at their deteriorating relationship. We use these types of shots within our product, as these are mainly seen within period dramas, as this genre focuses on the relationship between the characters most prominently. The conventions that we challenged within our trailer is mostly around our use of sound. For example, as we struggled to film dialogue to a high standard, we limited the amounts of speech we used within, and this challenges the conventions seen within trailers, as dialogue is used to put across the main elements of the narrative to the audience, such as highlighting the links between characters and their involvement to the plot. Our limited use of dialogue meant that we had to use music to convey our narrative to the audience, and we did this by using mostly non-diegetic sound and classical music over the top of shots, putting the dialogue we did have in strategic places in our trailer in relation to other shots to help convey the story. As well as this, we recorded a voiceover from the main character's point of view to help the music in creating a storyline, whilst not fully giving away the full storyline. The music we use challenges the conventions of our trailer, as we struggle to find music that directly relates to the 1920s and rather use basic classical music, as we found that this still kept the feel of a period drama even though it didn't directly relate to the time period. Within my print products, I have used the conventions to the types of images I have chosen. For example, in my research of film posters, I found that the main characters are depicted in the poster, often looking into the camera, as well as being positioned around one another in a way that represents the relationships between the characters. From my research of period dramas concerning three main characters and a love triangle, I found that the female character is positioned between the two male characters, showing the viewers how the female is the centre of the story, linking the two male characters into the plot by putting them either side of the main character. From this, I decided to position the main characters in my poster in this way, having the female character looking into the camera and the male characters looking towards the female character, to show that she is the protagonist of the story and highlighting their romance, as they are both looking at her in an endearing and inviting way. From my research on magazine front covers, I learned that the protagonist from the film is the only character on the magazine cover, as this allows there to be a focus on the actress or actor and their film, which grabs the attention of the viewers more than anything else. And this can be due to the fame of the actress or actor, as well as the positioning of them. I learned that there is a use of direct address on the magazine covers as the character is looking into the camera, creating a link between themselves and the viewers, which is effective because this entices the viewers to buy the magazine as they are linking with the act. I used these conventions when creating my magazine, as I chose an image of my protagonist looking into the camera, as well as being the only person on the cover. And I also created a masthead and cover line conventional to the magazine that I researched, as they were hyperbolic, creating an exciting edge to the film, giving the audience more reasons to buy the magazine.